Your ego is not your amigo. I'm going to explain what I mean by that. But first of all, what do we mean when we talk about ego? Well, ego is really around your own self-esteem and your belief of how important you are to others and how we interact with the world. And we've all been caught up in our ego before, one or many times, and some of us a lot more than others. But let me give you a personal story, something that happened to me last year, situation, and you'll understand when you hear that story what I'm trying to get across in this video. About your ego is not your amigo. So last year, we know 2020, the pandemic hit. But for me personally, in my business, it was actually my best year financially. And I promised that when I hit a certain income level in 1 month, I would go and treat myself to a really expensive watch. Okay, I had my eye on this watch. It was from IWC Schaffhausen, and the particular watch was Le Petit Prince, the Little Prince, around about £6,000, which I guess is about $10,000 US. So, you know, a fair chunk of change, a good investment for most people, not in the realms of millionaire or billionaire, but it was it's a large payment on a watch, essentially, that tells the time. And guess what? When I actually hit that income level, which I was very grateful to do that, I actually didn't want to buy the watch because I realized that I wouldn't find value in it. Now I wear a Fitbit that cost me £20, $30. I tell the time 50 times a day by picking up my phone. I realized by buying that watch, it was my ego screaming at me saying, go and buy the watch. You're a better person. Someone will see that and see you're doing well. It was almost like a measure of success, of how affluent I was showing up in the world. And it was something that I read in a book, Ego is the Enemy. And a little snippet, I can't remember exactly what the words, it says, when you go to buy something or purchase something, look at how much value you will find in that purchase. And if it will bring you joy, lots of value, and you can afford it, then go and buy it. And I realized that with the watch, yes, I could afford it. Would it bring me joy? Maybe for a day or two. Would it provide value? And the reality was it wouldn't provide value. As I said, I can tell the time. Time is something that is going on all the time. There's a massive clock on the wall. I see it on my Fitbit. I see it on my phone. I don't need that watch, a £6,000 watch, to tell me how much I'm worth. I could still buy the watch, and maybe I will one day, but I realized it was my ego screaming at me. I realized that when I hit this value, this amount of value, or provide this amount of value for clients, I've made it the pinnacle, I've reached this level of success, then I'm worthy to buy this watch. And I realized it was my ego screaming at me. Now, I'll let you into a little confession. The ego still screams at me. I was on the high street a couple of days ago and I went and looked at the watch. I was like, there's that watch. It's still on my shoulder saying, buy the watch, buy the watch. We can't escape that. But it's whether we actually follow through with those actions, whether we listen to that. And some people are caught in that ego and they spend their whole life spending money, buying things, being someone they're not, trying to impress someone that doesn't even give a shit about them. I realized, and thank God, I realized that I didn't have to buy the watch to feel worthy in myself. Very happy with who I am, what I have. And you know what? I'll probably buy the watch at some point. But I realized I'm going to have to earn a lot more money to go and spend £6,000 on a watch because I don't find value in that. So it'll be a useless purchase for me. Now, £6,000 an all-inclusive holiday to the Bahamas for my wife and kids, that I would find value in. That for me is creating experiences, and that for me would be worth £6,000. But to buy a watch that I probably wouldn't even wear. Okay, so be careful that amigo, I was going to say, be careful that ego. We've all got it. It all sits there screaming at us, telling us to do things and buy things and say things and be someone that we're not. So I guess it's a case of you can't get rid of that. It's recognizing it and saying, is this a purchase that I would find value, I would enjoy, and I can afford? Do I need to show off? Do I need to be something else in someone else's eyes? And the reality is, many times we don't. So your ego is not your amigo, my friends, and ego is the enemy. I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Bye.